When we think of a virus today, we think of something that slows down and crashes your computer. But when viruses were first made, they weren't made for any sort of malicious intent at all. In fact, the very first virus, the creeper virus, was made by Bob Thomas, who was testing the theory of self-replicating automata. He basically wanted to see if he could make a program that could copy itself, and it did. He connected it to a network of computers, and the creeper virus would copy itself from one computer to another and then delete its old copy, essentially moving it from computer to computer along that network. It didn't do anything harmful to these computers, it just displayed the message, "I'm the creeper, catch me if you can." The entire intent of the virus was to showcase that this theory that you could make a program that could copy itself was legit. You could do it. The second known virus is less of a virus and more of a type of virus. Rabbit viruses started cropping up around 1974, and all they do is they replicate and replicate and replicate to the point where your computer's processor crashes and the memory is full, and then your computer cannot run. Now, because it has no known creator, I can't say for sure that it was created with malicious intent, but perhaps maybe it was just an accident. The third known virus is the animal virus. It's the first known Trojan, but it's only a Trojan by theory. It has another program within it to help download this game to other computers. Animal games were very common at the time. It basically was 20 questions with the computer, and it would try to guess what animal you were thinking of. And this guy, John Walker, he did not want to keep putting the program on different floppies and then distributing them, so he made a program within the game to help it spread. What it did was every time you ran animal, it would locate other computers that were connected to the host computer, and then it would automatically download animal to any computer that didn't already have it. Again, not malicious at all, it was just intended to spread a very popular game. The fourth virus is the elk cloner. Purely a prank. It was made by a high school student whose friends did not trust him with their floppy disks, and because he kept pranking them so much with it. He wanted a way to get them without ever having to touch their floppy disks anymore, so he made the program called the elk cloner, which, when a computer was affected and it was booted up, it would automatically download the cloner to different floppy disks, and then when these disks were distributed and it infected a bunch of main hard drives through essentially USBs. Now, at every 50th instance of the computer starting up, it would display this message. It says, "Elk Cloner, the program with a personality. It will get you on all your disks. It will infiltrate your chips. Yes, it's Cloner. It will stick to you like glue. It will modify RAM to send in the cloner." All it did was display this message and spread itself. It had no malicious qualities at all, fully intended as a prank. The next one is a little bit more difficult to call a non-malicious program. It was created by brothers Basit and Amjad, who were medical programmers. They knew that their programs were being pirated, so their solution to this was to make the brain virus. And what the virus did was it targeted computers that didn't have their security code, their copyright code, what you would call it, that came with legally bought products of theirs. And it was intended to catch pirates. It was intended to catch people that stole their software. But instead it ended up targeting just anyone that didn't have that, and it locked down their computer and told them to call them. Since they didn't think it wouldn't catch anyone but the pirates, they put their names and number and address on it and told the infected party to call them. Now with this, it's getting more into malicious territory, and now these days viruses are used very much maliciously, but it's difficult to reconcile with the fact that viruses weren't meant to be like that at all. They were meant to be harmless pranks, or they were meant to solve theories. It's really sad to see that they've become so feared and very damaging to not only your computer, but everything that you store on it, which could essentially be your life.
Cool.
And we're done. And here is my absolutely lovely family who sat with me many times while I did this. Oh gosh. Here y'all.
And then there's me.